For everyone joining us, I'm Jessica Kramer for MRC TV, and today we're here with education expert Dr. Lindsey Burke from the Heritage Foundation to discuss how COVID-19 will affect education in this country going forward. Thank you so much for being here, Dr. Burke.
Thank you for having me.
So as we've seen in the news, many schools, including colleges, are going online for the upcoming academic year. I wanted to ask you what's behind these decisions and if it's a good idea.
Yeah. Well, one can sympathize, particularly with school leaders at the K-12 level, with district leaders, with states even, that there's concern among some about how they really handle the reopening question to make sure that they're providing a safe environment in order for schools to return, to make sure they're meeting the needs of parents and teachers. And so this is something that's incredibly important, but right now it is equally important for schools to think about reopening, to provide that physical reopening opportunity for students. And I think probably even more important for states and local school districts to think about if schools cannot reopen in the fall or are moving toward an all online option, to give families options as well, to provide the dollars that we're spending on education directly to individual students, and to let their parents decide what education is going to be in their best fit, the best fit for them this fall. And so there's a lot really going on right now in the conversation about school reopening, how we think about really reconfiguring resources to make sure that we are putting parents in the driver's seat with that particular conversation at the forefront, enabling them to really choose schools that are the right fit for them.
Yeah, I agree. And we've also been seeing in other countries around the world, a lot of them have returned to the classroom. And so I just wanted to ask you, what's the consensus? What have the results been for other countries?
Well, it has, you're right. It's been fascinating just sort of taking a step back and watching what other countries are doing. If you look at Europe's a great example. Dozens upon dozens of countries have decided to reopen. And by the way, some never closed to begin with. You can look at Sweden, for example. Sweden never closed down its schools when the pandemic hit. Denmark reopened all the way back. It seems like a million years ago, but in mid-April, Denmark reopened schools there. Germany's reopened. France has reopened. We see some schools in Europe reopening on a partial basis. But part of what we're seeing is that they are getting very creative with how they're reopening and the solutions that they're providing. Some schools are moving a lot of their coursework outside. We all remember trying to convince a teacher to do class outside. So this is something that we're seeing right now happen as a really good solution. Many of these schools are batching kids together in small groups and pods so that they can keep them close and sort of co-quarantine as they're providing that reopening experience for them. So there's a lot there. If you look at a country like Japan, they're requiring families to take students' temperatures and report to the school in the morning before that child goes into school. So there's a lot, I think, that we can look at from abroad and really incorporate here at home as we're thinking about how to